Hello and welcome to the Toffee Blues and welcome to another 24/7 news report. Let's get straight into things. Everton are hopeful to sign Lille midfielder AMADOU ONANA after submitting a bid of £33 million. As well as the deal, Everton would also be signing Idrissa Gueye. This comes from Paul Joyce, very reliable journalist, which fills me with optimism. A lot of the stuff coming through today's news and of the recent news in the past day especially, it's the AMADOU Onana saga. Really looked like he was going to go to West Ham. Everything was done and dusted from the looks of it. But then, it was mentioned from Paul Joyce and also Sasha Tavolieri. I'm horribly sorry if I pronounced that wrong, who both said that the deal with West Ham was off, that Onana had cut the deal off with West Ham because he wants to join Everton. The rumours going around and what has been reported that this is because Frank Lampard called Onana personally and managed to convince the young, I believe he's a 20-year-old, to sign for the club. But it's a very optimistic move. He did only make 11 starts in League One last season, but 21 appearances off the bench. Lille last season were a bit hard to judge. Poor season overall, really. But Onana was one of the players that stood out. Lille fans rate him very highly. His defensive ability, I think he averaged almost 4 tackles per game. And his attacking stats were a bit hard to judge, really, if I'm completely honest with you, because they looked good. They looked like there was promise, there was potential, but it also looked like maybe he hadn't played enough to truly show what he had on the attacking end. But it's one of those where it looks like he could be a very good signing. It's a very hefty fee, £33 million to say the club has not got really any money whatsoever to then be paying, £33 million is a lot. But at only 20-year-old, he's a Belgian international, looks like he has a lot of talent. Someone who could, if Everton progress, stay in Everton's midfield for the next 8 or 9 years, So it's one of those where it looks like smart business. It's another young player who can develop with a squad. I think the way we're going around things is the right way, signing younger players who can develop, and then hopefully by the time we're in Bramley-Moore, we've got a load of young, developed players who are ready to push on, hopefully, for a top 8 spot at least. But, it's all about Onana, really. But then Alan Myers did say that Everton want to sign Wolves defender CONOR COADY. This is one that I've seen is a very to and fro one with fans. 67% of Everton fans said they would take Coady at Goodison Park, but I think a lot of the people who wouldn't take Coady, a lot of it has got to do with that connection to Liverpool. I think he's a Liverpool fan through and through. I think there is some rumours going around that, or a video going around, I don't know, that he said he wanted Everton to get relegated, but Peter Reid was an Everton fan. There's other legendary Everton players who were Everton fans. Same with Liverpool players. If he's a good player, he's an England international, proven, taking England's spots from a player like James Tarkowski. So, having players like Coady, Tarkowski in the club, it's not a bad move at all. And Wolves are yet to receive a bid for Coady, but there are rumours that Wolves are willing to let Coady leave on a permanent or a loan deal to get minutes for the World Cup. That's when they expressed in Star, and TalkSport reported that Everton are keen and that CONOR COADY could be moving on loan. That there is growing expectations that Coady will leave Wolves this month. So it's looking good. I would love CONOR COADY at the club, I think. But I also think this is Frank moving towards a back three now. The options in centre-backs we have Godfrey, Holgate, Mina Keane, Tarkowski, and then possibly CONOR COADY. Even someone like Seamus Coleman may get moved into centre-back. Mikolenko could play centre-back, with Vinagre coming in. It looks like we've got a lot of options in defence, which makes me think we're going to be playing a back three with someone like CONOR COADY, who's an expert in a back three, maybe a back three of Coady. I don't know, Coady, Tarkowski, Mina, Coady, Tarkowski, Godfrey. I don't really know, but it gives us a lot of options, which means the defensive worries we shouldn't have to worry if anyone gets injured. And it's a loan, I can't really complain with a loan. Speaking of players we could possibly be loaning, we are also interested in Chelsea forward Michy Batshuayi. Chelsea want a permanent transfer, but Batshuayi likes the idea of a 1-year contract extension at Chelsea and then the loan at Everton. That's also from Sasha Tavolieri. I don't know about Batshuayi. He was quite good at Besiktas last season. I believe he scored 14 goals and got 3 assists, 10 of those goals being from open play. So it's one of those where it's decent, it's good. I think he showed when he played for Dortmund and less so Crystal Palace, mainly at Dortmund, that he had that ability to score goals. At Dortmund he scored, I think it was 7 goals in 9 appearances or something like that. A really, really good record for Dortmund in that short-term loan that he had there. But he's one of those players where he hasn't really managed to do well in England. It is time for Crystal Palace. It's time for Chelsea. He's one of those where, as a backup option, it's not the worst. It's a much better backup option than Solomon Rondon, don't get me wrong. But, with the injury to Calvert-Lewin, I think we need to be signing a striker, and that is what Paddy Boylan said. Everton are expected to ramp up their search for a forward after the injury to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, with Frank Lampard saying we're looking around 6 weeks for the injury. It's nothing new, really, with Calvert-Lewin. He seems to get injured. He seems to get injured every 5 minutes at the look of it now. Calvert-Lewin playing more than 20 league games a season seems to be the big shocker, never mind scoring 20 goals. He's a talented player, he's a very good player, and he's shown the potential to score goals for the club. But it is also a worry when we can never really get him onto the pitch. So it's one of those where we'll have to see where things go, and hopefully we can get a striker of good quality. I'd love to get Armando Broja in on loan instead of Batshuayi, but we have to see with Batshuayi, with Broja, I think it very much depends on if Chelsea sign another forward, which they are linked with doing. They've been linked with Aubameyang recently. They were obviously linked to Ronaldo, linked to Lewandowski. So it looks like Chelsea are looking for a striker, and then there is the possibility that, Broja comes our way on loan, which is what I hope what happens. But usually with these loan deals, it's you wait towards the end of the transfer window and then you see what happens with the loan players. But then we get on to some injury news before the game against Chelsea this Saturday, 5:30, I believe. Premier League finally back underway. Mina is fit for the weekend's match against Chelsea. Begovic is just about fit. Coleman is fit and will play with the under-21s tomorrow. Alan is fit but just needs minutes. So it's a positive start. A lot of the players besides Calvert-Lewin look like they're getting ready to play. Mina being ready to play is great. Tarkowski-Mina is a good centre-back partnership, big dominant partnership. Hopefully Mikalenko and Patterson are playing for the game too. It's a difficult start to the game. A Chelsea side with, reinvigorated centre-back partnership replacing Rudiger with Koulibaly, and Raheem Sterling playing his first game for Chelsea in a competitive fixture. He's going to be looking to score a goal or two, and we all know how dangerous Raheem Sterling is. So it's one of those where it's going to be difficult, but we've proven we can beat Chelsea in the past. Chelsea are one of the big six teams that we seem to usually always do well with. I believe I think I saw something, we haven't lost an opening day fixture since 2012-13. So, hopefully we can keep that going. Hopefully we can get 3 points. But when it comes to the injuries, Andre Gomez and Calvert-Lewin are both unavailable through injury, and Tom Davies is training next week. So it's good to see. I was hoping that Adrissa Gueye would be ready for the Chelsea game, but it's not looking likely. Well, I don't think it's happening at all. Unfortunately, I don't think Adrissa Gueye will be a part of the squad for that game. So it's one of those, it's very touch and go. But thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Callum Brannan3. And I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you again for the next video.